Hello, this is Rafa. Welcome to another page in my homesteading diary. Hello, hi. Welcome back. So glad that you joined me. I am talking today about something that I recently discovered pertaining to the compost. And I promise you, I'm not going to make every video about compost. Hopefully this will be my last one on that subject. But the information I came across was very intriguing, and I think my garden is proving it to be true. My favorite way of composting, as I've stated before, is the compost tea. And then after that, a close second would be in-ground direct composting. I dug a trench right here and planted a lot of scraps. Well, as you can see, there's no evidence of scraps anymore. They've all been incorporated into the soil, which, wonderful. That's what I wanted. That's what it's supposed to do. However, look at this starter right here. I believe this is Brussels sprouts. It could be broccoli. I don't think it's broccoli. I think that's Brussels sprouts. Now, I'm going to measure this, and then I'm going to show you something. This starter, see how tall that is? Let me see here. I can get in. We're looking at about 4 3/4 tall, right? And the compost was right next to it. Now, this is the one next to that. And we're looking at about the same in growth, you know. All right, they look okay. I mean, I have some ugly leaves down at the bottom, but that's mainly because they were probably on the ground and not a result of anything else. But outside of that, it looks pretty healthy. You see the plants around it? They look pretty healthy as well. But let's check this out. Now, I'm on the opposite end where I did not put any compost in the ground next to it. And you can see that this is significantly more growth here. If I look at this one right here, I probably need to shore this up with some more soil, but you can see there's just more growth. Okay, even, let me see if I can get over here. Even if I look at this one, more growth. So when things get composted, it is the oxygen that feeds the bacteria and causes the breakdown. The reason we're seeing a difference in the growth in the hoop house is because the oxygen that was feeding the bacteria in that compost was leaching oxygen from the roots of the vegetables. Therefore, the growth was a little stunted. Is it going to kill it? Of course not. It's compost. And at the end of the day, it will eventually be healthy for the plants. But if you compost in place right next to your crops, that oxygen deprivation is going to affect your crops in a negative way. So the best time to compost in ground is if you're preparing the soil to receive your plants. So you would compost in ground a few weeks prior and then put your plants in, or at a distance away from your plants where eventually the good soil, as you water the plants, would run into the roots of your vegetables or whatever it is that you have the in-ground compost next to. So as you could see, the compost area, the plants that were in the compost area, they grew. Well, actually, I can't even say they grew. They maintained their size, they stayed healthy, but I did not see much growth. The area where I did not do any in-ground composting, the plants grew, I think, at least 2 inches more. So keep that in mind whenever you are doing that. In-ground composting. The oxygen that's feeding the bacteria is going to take oxygen from your plants. Having said all of that, it is important to note the only time composting in ground is going to have a negative effect is initially, while everything is decomposing and using oxygen to feed the process. Once you get past that point and the organic matter has become one with the soil, then the growth will resume and you will see the acceleration that you expect from compost. So, do not be alarmed if you put compost in the ground next to your vegetation and everything seems to be halted or comes to a standstill. That's only temporary. But it is something to consider. This channel promotes the goodness in life. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And above all, prosper and be in good health.